Good morning, grade 10s. Hopefully you had a great Remembrance Day. I know I did. I attended the Rutland Cenotaph presentation for my Remembrance Day, and I was super, super excited because my daughters, for the first time ever, sat through the whole thing without complaining. Yay, parenting win. All right, so if you guys can give me a green check mark in Blackboard to let me know that we are good to go. I really feel like I haven't connected with you guys in almost a week. I feel like with the math midterm and everything, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so long. Perfect. Okay, so I see the sea of green check marks coming along here. And there we go. I just noticed, Mr. Ross, that I lost my background. We're good now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we actually get to start doing the boy in the striped pajamas. I'm super, super excited to see how you guys enjoy this process and how it actually works for me. That's really, really important. So I'm hoping that you each read your 3 to 4 chapters from your group. If you read more, and I know I've reiterated this before you guys, if you read more, totally fine. It's not going to hurt anything. All right. It's absolutely great. Okay. So I'm really, really excited to see how this process plays out in the next couple of classes with you guys. And if you enjoy it or if you don't. So it'll be really interesting to get some feedback from you guys as well. So I just really want to quickly go over the reading sections. Make sure that you guys have got that down. We're going to start out with an intro activity, and then we're going to start collaborating together as groups on what happened during the first half of the novel. So this is just a quick little reminder. All of you guys should have your reading sections done. All right. Remember, this was up on the front page of the English. I've actually put it into the assignment as well, just to remind you guys. All right. Every time that we will do this same exact process for the second half of the novel as well. And the deep QVIC, you guys, that I gave you guys to do that PDF worksheet. This is just another reading strategy that really deepens your thinking as you're reading a piece of text, right? It really develops your questioning techniques, your thinking around pictures, right? Images, all those different things, connecting. Okay. So this was a great worksheet, a great strategy to help you really deepen your understanding of the chapters that you guys had to read. All right. I haven't decided yet whether I actually want you guys to submit those or not. So we'll put that on the back burner for a little bit. Maybe I'll actually get you guys to hand in your second one when we're looking at the second half, because this is the first time that you saw this strategy. So maybe your second half, I'll get you guys to hand in this strategy. But for right now, it was just for you guys to look over it. Okay. So those were the reading groups. Now, just to introduce you to, and get you thinking about your chapters that you read, because maybe you've already read them a few times back. Okay. This is going to get you back to review those chapters and to really succinctly, tell me what your chapters were about. All right. So in the assignment, ladies and gentlemen, you will find, and the assignment is actually called the first half of the boy in the striped pajamas. You will find a video in the introduction. I love, and I don't think I've ever said this to you guys, I love Jimmy Fallon. He is one of my favorite comedians, actors ever of all times. He is so funny. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. He did this on his Late Show with Justin Timberlake, another favorite of mine. And it was a hashtag video. So some of you may have seen this video. If not, fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. Why I'm introducing this to you will become clear after you watch the video. So the video is only about 1:40 long. Go ahead, watch that. I'll give you about 2 minutes. Come back into Blackboard. Give me a green check mark once you've watched the hashtag video. Go ahead. Good. I can see you guys coming back into Blackboard. Hashtag green check mark. Perfect. Good, you guys. So while I'm introducing this to you guys, why I wanted to show you this is just to get you excited about what you are going to create for me as a little introduction to get you back thinking about your chapters. All right. So really quickly, this is what I wanted to introduce you guys to. And how many of you actually have or use Twitter? Can you just raise your hand really quick in Blackboard? Do any of you guys actually use Twitter at all? Some of you may not. I use Twitter. Looks like one of you. Okay, good. Devin, looks like Devin and Haley did some tweeting. Oh, there you guys go. Good. Excellent. I use Twitter for professional reasons, okay? I connect with other teachers and other educators out there to help me with my teaching. That's exactly. And Damon, that's what I hear from a lot of students as well. Like, yeah, we have them, but we don't really use it, right? Yeah, so same. I use mine on a professional basis, and that's how I use mine. It's not so much a personal one, but it is a professional Twitter account. All right. So I really wanted to introduce, because I knew some of you wouldn't actually have experience with Twitter or anything, and we are not creating Twitter accounts. That's not the point of what we're doing today. All right. I don't want to scare you guys. But what I want you guys to learn about is microblogging. And that's essentially what Twitter is. Basically, a tweet is a quick little burst of information or a message to the world. Twitter is not private at all. Okay. So everything that you see on Twitter is what you see is what you get. All right. They can be useful tweets. It can be interesting. It can be tweeting out new articles. It can be tweeting out images, whatever it is, right? But usually you try to connect with people who you have common interests with, or someone who you find interesting, right? So a lot of people will follow celebrities, or myself, I follow other educators, right? To keep myself in the loop. So really, that is what Twitter is all about. And you can see my image in the background there. That's kind of what a Twitter feed looks like in the background. So you can see that most people will put up an image as a profile image, right? They've got their Twitter handle or their name. Okay. And then they have their tweets. And so you can see there's hyperlinks to articles or to other images, that sort of thing in there. Now, a tweet though is comprised of different aspects. So you can only use 140 characters. All right. And this is what I'm going to ask you guys to do. This is your task. You are going to come up with a tweet that summarizes your chapters. Okay. So it's not a tweet per chapter. It's one tweet for all of your chapters. Okay. So it's a quick, short piece of information that we're going to compile. I'm going to compile everybody's tweets and we'll put it into the assignment. Okay. So that everyone gets a quick little snapshot of what everyone has. Now, don't get confused. Taylor, thank you. Don't get confused between a tweet and a hashtag. Okay. A hashtag is using the numerical sign, right? Just like Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake did. And what that does is it highlights the main important parts of what you were trying to say. So your tweet is basically it's almost like one sentence. Try to get it down to one sentence. You can even use abbreviations within your language. Okay. If you want to include more hashtags, then you totally can. But I would like one succinct tweet and at least one hashtag. If you want to include multiple hashtags, feel free. Okay. But remember, hashtags create the importance. And you guys can go on. No, so Abby, exactly. I want to actually bring that up in the chat here for you guys to take a look at. Okay. So no, it does not have to be proper sentence structure. If you guys actually go to Twitter and take a look at the feed, right? You can see that, you'll see that everyone uses abbreviations for different words. All right. Because it is a limited character. Okay. Hey, Alex, that's totally fine. If you want to use all 140 characters for hashtags, as long as your hashtags succinctly get the idea across of your 3 chapters that you read, fantastic. I will totally accept that. Avery, another great question. You can that's a great idea. That's really I didn't even think of that. Yeah. If you want to write the tweet as one of the characters, great. As long as it summarizes the main theme or main idea of those 3 chapters, that would be great. I was just thinking you guys could just write it from yourself. But if you want to write it from a character point of view, absolutely. That's actually a really good idea. I might incorporate that next year. All right. Exactly. Jade. Awesome. So if you were to tweet out right now what you were doing, that's exactly what you would do, Jade. Perfect. Great example. Okay. Love it. All right. Hashtag love it. Okay. So anyways, good, you guys. So I'm just going to head back to my PowerPoint. That is your first task. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys some time right now to develop those and work on those. If you want to chat with each other to come up with some ideas, fantastic. Feel free. That is the end of our session live. I am going to call you guys back probably in about 15 minutes. And I'm going to go back to my office, set up the next aspect of today's lesson because it's easier to do it in Blackboard. All right. So we're going to do some collaborating together in Blackboard. All right. So you have about 15 minutes while I set up those rooms and stuff in Blackboard and I head back to my office. And then we'll start the second aspect of today's lesson. All right, so go ahead, work on your tweets, you guys, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.